Hello my friends. This video I would like to cover anything that has to do with the flip side of competing for me, which is like everything concerning recovery, like how I recover, what I do to recover, what recovering means to me as a bodybuilding competitor, and so on. So that's what I'm gonna do as soon as I find an appropriate place to put this camera down, because holding it is very difficult for my little arm. So that's like the anti what I want to talk about, which is recovery. Can I just like sit here, or is that silly? What do you guys think? Maybe this is okay. All right, so if you're new to this channel, I thought I would do a brief introduction. My name is Daniela. I am a bodybuilder. I compete in the IFBB Pro League in the wellness category. What that means is big juicy legs and glutes and a nice but not overpowering upper body. I can insert a photo of the current Olympia champion right here. So this is kind of what we're going for. Yeah, so she's the mecca of wellness, if you will. And so here is a competition photo of me. This is the show where I won my pro card in July 2021. It is now January 2022, so I've been in off season for almost exactly a little over 6 months. And what off-season means is that is the time spent to grow your muscle as much as you can while staying healthy and injury-free, hopefully. And so far I have been doing just that, growing, staying injury-free, getting my hormones into a good, healthy state. And everything just feels pretty good right now. And I still have a few months left in my off-season to like grow and make sure that I hit all the necessary recovery points that I will cover in this video. So what I do for recovery, essentially, how many things is it? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I do 6 main things for my recovery, and that is, well, no, I do 5 main things, and that is muscle management, you could say, or like body work, and Epsom salt baths, which I do for both my body and my mind. Hydration and nutrition, obviously super important. Sleep and de-stressing activities. So I will go into detail on all of these here, one at a time. Yes, thank you. So the first one, body work. I try to do this daily, but if we're being super duper honest, it's probably bi-daily. So like 3 to 4 times a week I do massage gun and I do stretching. Back in the day, like years ago, when I got super into stretching and yoga and stuff, I really wanted to do a split. And so then I would stretch for like, I would be super duper anal about this. Like I would put a timer on for 2 minutes and I would hold that stretch for 2 minutes. And it worked. I don't know if there are better ways to like not quickly, but like to get yourself into a split or like get more flexible, but it worked for me. So I do static stretching separate from my training. You should never do static stretching before your workout, because that takes away from the power in your muscle, like you know. But before training I do dynamic stretching. So one of my stretching sessions can look something like this. I start with a warm-up to get my muscles sort of like more blood flowy and limber and all of that. Kind of similar to what I do before I lift. And then after that, I go into my actual stretching, which will be trying to hold each stretch for an X amount of time. Ideally, I would strive for something like 1 to 2 minutes. Sometimes I don't have the energy to stay in the stretch for longer than that, or I have like a limited time that I can do my stretching, etc, etc. But at least a minute is better than no minutes. That is what I do for the stretching part of my recovery. And then for the massage gun, we got this massage gun from Costco maybe like 6 months ago, or maybe a little longer ago, and I really like it. My husband really likes it. We use it just like when we're watching TV on whatever area needs attention that day, be it quads, or sometimes I do a lot of my tennis elbow kind of thing, because there's a lot of pulling and pushing and everything in between with my arms when I do a lot of legs, not to mention all my upper body days. So that is a muscle that easily irritates itself or whatever. So yeah, those are for the bodywork part. And then ideally I would go to like an actual massage therapist once a month or something, but it's not really in my budget right now, so I don't really. But ideally that would also be part of my recovery scheme. And as for Epsom salt baths, I love these things. This is the Epsom salt that I use. I get it from Amazon, and it's a big bag for not too much money, considering the amount of Epsom salts you should be putting in your bath each time. So I just sit there, I relax, maybe I watch some Netflix, maybe I have a glass of wine or some bubble water if I can't have wine that time, if I'm on prep or something. And it's just really nice for like my mind to like just reset and recover from the day that has gone by. Or it's just nice for my body to like just sit in warm water, you know, like steam it off. And the Epsom salts also obviously help. And then when it comes to hydration and nutrition, obviously both very important. For hydration, I try to do 2 half-gallon jugs per day. This is the half-gallon jug I use. I love it. It's from H2O Capsule. It is not leaky at all. You can chug. It's very nice. I love it so much. Really recommend that one. I find it very difficult to track my fluid intake if I have to use like a normal bottle or like a glass of water. I really prefer to have 2 half-gallon jugs per day, and that's it. Making sure I get that gallon a day. Nutrition should be agreed upon with your coach if you have one. So obviously hitting your macros. If you're in off season, make sure that you eat more than you expend. or whatever it's called. So like eat to grow essentially, in order to get the results that you need, especially in prep, but also in off season. Nutrition timing around, nutrient timing around your workout is the only nutrient timing that matters. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. Other than that, around my workout times, I usually try to do a lot of my carb and protein sources both before and after, just to kind of make sure that I give my muscles what they need before a workout and also like after a workout when they're trying to recover from being broken down from the workout. Because it is when you rest that your muscles grow, not when you train. Because when you train, you're actually breaking them down. Which leads me into my second point, which is sleep. For sleep, I definitely need to fix my sleep. Right now, it is not very good. I average around like 6 hours per night, and sometimes I even have difficulty falling asleep, which is not normal for me, so I really need to fix that. How I usually fix my sleep is I take a supplement called Fade Out from Redcon 1. It really worked really super well for me during prep when I had difficulty sleeping, and so I just got another tub that I'm going to start using now every now and then if I feel like maybe my sleep is not the best. But if you don't want to take like any extra supplement like that, you can also probably look into melatonin. Magnesium is also a good supplement to take for sleep. And for sleep tracking, I currently use this app called Auto Sleep. I will show you. This is it. This is my Auto Sleep. And so this is what today is looking like. I got the hours that I need, but like my deep sleep was atrocious. And then you can scroll down and just like see what is up. And it is a very, like, the app has a lot of cool functionality to it. I did pay like maybe $3 I think for it, but I feel like it's worth it. I used to have a Whoop strap. I don't know if you guys maybe recall. I had a Whoop strap for 6 months that I mainly used to track my sleep. And that was also really good and insightful. And finally, the last recovery activity I do is like de-stressing activities. So that's for each person, that is individual, of course, like what makes you feel the least stressed out and most in the moment. But for me, that can be anything from journaling and the bath that I mentioned. Reading is also very de-stressing for me. And something that I really try to do is leave electronics in another room. Like not have my phone on me, not have my watch, or maybe my watch is just on like a silent mode. And just like not get any notifications from the outside world. Just be me, present in the moment with whatever activity I have chosen. I also really love to fiddle on my iPad, like draw in Procreate or design logos. I can lose myself for hours designing logos. I can lose myself for hours playing The Sims. Or just recently when I was on my trip, I discovered how much I value stillness in nature. Like just quietness in nature is something I've really appreciated lately. So that is another thing that I can use for de-stressing. It's very easy to get caught up in whatever it is you're doing, whether it be prep or work or both or family or if you have kids or whatever it may be. But I will try my very best to de-stress as much as I can week over week. That is it for my recovery tips and tricks that I do, things that I do to recover in order to perform well in the gym and just in everyday life. And this is not only for off season, this should also be prioritized in prep. And that's it.